Congressman Adam Kinzinger of Illinois. Congressman, thanks so much for joining us. Tell us why you voted to create this commission.
Well, Wolf, I think it's an easy vote. We need answers. We need to take ownership of what was done, of what led to it. This was an attack on our democracy and an attack on the number 2, 3, and 4 person in line of succession for the presidency, which we spend billions of dollars a year to protect. It was the right vote. I'm pleased by the number of my colleagues in my party that have voted so far. I wish it was significantly higher, but given all the people that came out against it, it's a positive number.
So far, 34 Republicans, including yourself, voting in favor. 13 Republicans still have not voted. We'll see if that number goes up. You say this, Congressman Kinzinger, you say, and I'm quoting you now, we cannot let fear stop us from doing what is right. Is fear what stopped so many of your Republican colleagues from supporting this new investigation into the January 6th attack?
I think so. Again, I can't speak for every one of them, but I think fear plays a big role. It's fear of a primary, fear of losing my election, fear of, even though he's not on Twitter, a Donald Trump tweet, which is amazing to me that people still fear that because he doesn't have access to that anymore. But it's just the fear of, and I think we've lost in American politics and in my party, what is the definition of leadership? Leadership isn't just looking around and figuring out what you have to do to get reelected. It's leading. And this is one of those things. It's putting this in the court of people that are not going to be politically motivated just to find out the answers. Who doesn't want to know the answers? Maybe they're good, maybe they're bad, but we deserve to know those. 35 now. The number has just gone up. 35 Republicans have voted in favor of this commission. But your House Republican leaders, the minority leader, the whip, they made it clear where they stand. Does it give you any encouragement that the entire party wasn't in lockstep behind them on this vote? Some encouragement. I mean, it's you're looking for any kind of encouragement at any moment, so I'll take solace in it. There was, again, this is a number bigger than what I thought it would be, so that's good, but there's still a lot of people that didn't. I think what was sad to watch is initially Nancy Pelosi put out a commission which was partisan. We negotiated, John Katko negotiated a bipartisan commission, taking the politics out of it, and then the rug was pulled out from under him. But I give John Katko a ton of props for his ability to stand strong, to stand against the winds in the party and say this is the right thing to do. Yeah,
he's the Republican who negotiated the creation of this commission that would have an even number of Republicans and an even number of Democrats, obviously. Democrats made, as you correctly point out, Congressman, some significant concessions to Katko and the Republicans on the makeup of the commission. Is the lesson from this that there's nothing for them to gain from trying to find common ground with the GOP?
No, I think hopefully the lesson is the opposite, which is you're getting, close to 40 Republicans. It's now officially bipartisan. It puts pressure on the Senate. There's an opportunity to work with Republicans on different things. We may not agree on every issue, and frankly, you don't want a Congress that agrees on every issue, but you want a Congress that upholds the institution of democracy, that can still talk to each other. Because I've always said, look, politics was created to prevent violence. It's where all this steam and anger comes in. It's boiled down to an argument, and the steam's let out. Unfortunately, here nowadays we're fighting over masks. We're, attacking each other outside of the halls. We've got to get a grip on that, and coming to grips with what happened on January 6th is a real good start.
Senior Republicans are saying they're concerned this new commission would harm their chances in the midterm elections coming up in 2022. Are most of your colleagues more dedicated to keeping their jobs than getting to the bottom of what happened on January 6th?
Well, I don't want to answer the question exactly like that because I don't know if what they're more dedicated to, but I will say this. There's a lot that fear their reelection, and they fear going against Donald Trump. There may be some that have principled opposition to this. I'm not going to question it, but there are some that, worry about what that's going to mean, the tweet that doesn't exist anymore. And look, I think as a party, the best thing we can do for our future health is to come to grips with what happened, take ownership of it, make corrections, and be a party that respects the institution like we used to, and move forward and win. That's how you win. It's not by just doing whatever we have to do to raise money so that we can win in 2 years.
Are you afraid of your reelection?
No, I don't fear any of that. Look, I've been to tougher places, and for me, I'm at total peace with the decision I've made, and my voters will make that decision, and I'll take a good case to them, and hopefully, people see the importance of upholding the institution of democracy.
When you say you've been at tougher locations, you've served in Iraq, and Afghanistan. Clearly tough locations. Congressman, thanks very much for joining us. We'll continue this conversation.
Anytime, Wolf.
All right, thank you.